Having kids seems to be a forgotten dream of many. A lot of people put off having kids because they want to focus on career. They want to focus on themselves. They don't want the hassle. They're scared. They don't want to bring kids into a world when it's like this. And I reject that. I'm 19 years old, and one of my main goals is to become a father. And even when I was younger, in my young teens, I always wanted to have kids. And I think a part of that is just the natural sort of human biological desire to have kids, because if all of us just thought for ourselves about it, and a lot of people wouldn't have kids, and that's what's kind of happening in a lot of Western countries, is that people are prioritizing their careers, they're following society who say like, oh, don't have kids, da da da, and the population's slowly decreasing. But for me, I've thought of more reasons of why I want to have kids. And it's because I want to pass my information on. I want to have a legacy. And you can say that's a bit selfish, but I want to raise children and give them the teachings that I'd wish I'd have. Not to say that my parents are bad parents, they're absolutely wonderful, but you always kind of want to do better than your predecessors. You want to do a better job. You want to use what you've learned from them and improve on it. And of course, I'm not planning, when I'm 20, 21 to have kids. I mean, if everything takes off and I meet the right girl, who knows what could happen. But I'm certainly not going to wait till I'm like 38, like so many men and women these days, to have children. Because that isn't fair on you because you're getting older, you've got less energy, and that isn't fair on the kids because they're going to have you for less time. You're getting old, you're going to die at some point, and you want to make sure they're set up for life and have the right mindset. And it makes me wonder, where did the desire to have kids go? And I think it's because a case of many different factors. Things like women being encouraged to focus more on their careers and to be more like men with this whole equality thing and feminism. I think also that a lot of men just don't want the responsibility. Like, I see so many instances of guys who had a one night stand, they knocked a girl up, and it's sad because they either want to get the baby terminated and completely flee from all responsibility. They either the woman wants to keep the baby and they just become a deadbeat dad. They don't want to have that responsibility and just run away. And then you have the guys who are good men. They stay even if they're not in a relationship with the woman. They stay for the child's sake. Yet they're not ready. They've not got their finances in check. They're still young boys. They haven't grown up, they haven't matured. And I'm not mature enough yet. I'm 19 years old, and though I can have kids, I'm certainly not ready. I've still got so much to learn, so much knowledge to cultivate. Now, of course, if I was to have a kid at this point, for whatever reason, if one thing led to another, I would try to be the best father I could be for that child. I would take care of the mother, take care of the child. I would make sure they have everything that they need and be a provider. And I want to make sure I get to a place maybe when I'm in my late 20s, early 30s, depends how quickly I do it, where I'm financially stable, of course, no debt, which I'm very grateful to avoid at this point in my life. I want to, most importantly, have kids with the right woman. That cannot be overstated, because so many people, they feel they need to be in a relationship. They don't want the commitment of marriage because marriage as a concept has gone completely out the window in the modern era. And they may have kids with a woman that they're no longer compatible with or were never compatible with. They just wanted to be in a relationship. And their lives are miserable because they may be staying with this partner because of the children. And they're thinking, okay, when the kids grow up in another 10 years, 15 years, we can divorce. Why do that to yourself? Surely you would want the mother of your children to be a fantastic woman, a strong woman who can love your children, who can give you daughters, give you sons, and help you grow them into wonderful adults. Because that's what having kids is. You're trying to make good, functioning adults who contribute to society, who are great people, who make people around them smile. But if you're having children with the wrong person for whatever reason, one night stands or just whatever happened, it's going to be way harder. It's not impossible, but let's say you're a man of God and you let lust get the better of you. You got a girl pregnant. She is one of these girls that likes to go out drinking, that just wants to slap an iPad in a kid's hand and leave it at that. Each their own, but to me, that is not who I want to be the mother of my children. I want the mother of my children to have an active role in the upbringing of our children. I want her to be healthy when she's pregnant, to eat the right food, do the right exercises, read the right books. When the child's born, I want her to share with me the delight of raising a child. And it's kind of weird that at 19 I'm speaking like this. Like, no other people my age seem to be speaking like this. I see it online, of course, but no one around me is talking about the overarching goal of having kids. It's just something that they might do in the future. Oh, I don't know, when I'm in my 30s, maybe. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to get married. I'm with this girl, but who knows? They have no faith. They have no confidence in the future. And a lot of guys, especially in the red pill manosphere self-improvement space, will say, that's kind of gay, bro. That's kind of feminine that you want to be a father. Having kids is one of your main goals. What's the point? What's the point in chasing a purpose? What's the point in having all this money, all this wealth, when you can't use it, when you can't share it with people, when you can't give kids the things that you wanted when you were a kid that you couldn't have due to lack of money? Of course, this is the way to do it. You focus on your purpose. You focus on your mission. You focus on your goals. You try to maximize everything in that factor, in your career, your purpose, vocation, ikigai, whatever you want to call it. You run to it with full velocity. Then, after you've maybe made some money, things are stable, you've got a good career, you can meet a good woman. You can learn more about her. You can build a beautiful life together. And maybe after that, you can be like, yes, this is the mother of my children. You can have as many kids as you want, beautiful children who are made in God's image, who are helping to expand the kingdom of God, to make this broken world a better place. And I think when I get to there, I'll have everything I ever needed. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, bro. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. God bless, and as always, you take very good care of yourself.